Welcome back friends. Today I am going to discuss about serum free media because in my previous video tutorials I have already discussed about serum containing media along with its advantages and disadvantages. So our topic today is serum free media. So today we will see that how serum free media is going to support the growth of animal cells. Serum free media. We had our discussion in my previous video tutorials about the serum containing media, but along with the certain advantages there are some disadvantages also, and in view of these disadvantages, in view of the disadvantages of serum containing media, serum free media or formulations of culture media which is serum free have been developed. Serum free formulation of culture media has been developed, and we will see today that what are the different approaches. Okay, the first question is, what are the different approaches and what are the efforts to develop, develop serum free media. Okay, so serum free media or different efforts to develop the serum free media were based upon different types of approaches. So what are these approaches on the basis of which the efforts were carried out or efforts were made so that serum free media can be developed or were developed? So one by one we will see. So first one is the analytical approach. So what do you mean by analytical approach? Analytical approach is based on analysis of the constituent of serum free media. Analytical approach deals with analysis of serum constituents. So that by the help of this analytical approach, serum free media formulations can be developed. So this was the first approach. Now the second approach was based upon, or it is known as synthetic approach. This is what known as synthetic approach, and it mainly deals with the supplement. Okay, so this synthetic approach, by the name it should be very clear to all of you that synthetic approach deals with supplementation or to supplement the basal media by providing different combinations of growth factor. Basal media by providing different combinations of growth factor, or simply growth factors, or sometimes different combinations of growth factor. So this is the second one approach. Now come to third approach. Third approach is mainly based upon, this is very important one also, this is the limiting factor approach or based on limiting factor. So this limiting factor approach deals with the lowering the serum level in the media, and till the growth stops. We will lower the serum amount, or we will lower the supply of serum, or simply lower the serum till growth stops. And after that what happens, and after that what we will do? After that the media will be supplemented with vitamins, minerals, and amino acids as well as some other components which are essential for the animal cells and growth. So this is the there are all total 3 approaches I have discussed: analytical approach, synthetic approach, okay, as well as limiting factor approach. Now we will discuss. Now there is one thing common in between these 3 approaches, that these 3 approaches have resulted in different combinations or different formulations of serum-free media, so that the serum is being replaced here. Serum is being replaced here with amino acids, vitamins and minerals. So in all these approaches, there is one single idea, that serum is being replaced with the amino acids, vitamins and minerals. Now I will discuss about some of the advantages and disadvantages of serum-free media. In spite of these 3 approaches in which we have tried to supplement the media, serum-free media, with some vitamins, minerals, amino acids as well as some of the organic compounds, but still 5 to 20% of serum in this media is very much essential for the optimum growth. Okay, so 5 to 20% of serum is required. Now let's come to some of the advantage and disadvantages of serum-free media. Okay, so one of the most common advantage is the toxic effect of serum is minimized or avoided. Okay, toxic effect of serum is avoided in case of serum-free media. If serum-free media is being used for the culture of animal cells, then there is no chance of toxic effect, or there is very less chances of toxic effect. So toxic effect is avoided in case of serum-free media, or anybody if he or she is using serum-free media, then there is less chance of toxicity or toxic effect caused by the serum, because in this media serum is absent, or this is serum-free media. Okay, so second one is downstream processing becomes very easy, because I have discussed that downstream processing processes becomes very much complicated in case of serum containing media. So in case of serum-free media, if serum is absent or serum is not present in this media, so downstream processing means the recovery or extraction and purification followed by purification becomes very easy. So in case of advantages of serum-free media, downstream processing becomes easy, or it is normal, not very complicated. Now the third advantage is there is less chances or no chances of sensitive protein degradation. Chances of degradation of some of the sensitive proteins present in media. Some of the sensitive proteins present in media by serum proteases, because if in media serum proteases will be present or serum proteases are present, then some of the proteins will be degraded. So if in this media serum is absent or serum is not present, so obviously it should be clear to all of you that due to serum protease the degradation will be avoided. So there is no chance of degradation of sensitive protein by serum proteases, because serum is not there in the media. So degradation will not be there. Now the next advantage of serum-free media, using serum-free media, is there is variations due to batch change of serum, or due to change of batch by batch. There is batch change of serum, variations due to batch change of serum. So it results in improved reproducibility in different laboratories. Okay, so it results in improved reproducibility. Okay, it results in improved reproducibility of results of different laboratories. It has been observed that there is variations due to change of serum or due to batch change of serum, and it is going to result in improved reproducibility in those type of results in or from different laboratories. So these are the major advantages of serum free media. Now there are some disadvantages also. So what are the various disadvantages? What are various disadvantages? There is control of pH as well as temperature, but greater control of pH and temperature is required in case of serum free media as compared to serum containing media. So it is clear that more or greater control of pH as well as temperature is required. Okay, now cells tends to become fragile. Cells become fragile during prolonged agitated culture. So in case of serum free media, if animal cells are being cultured with the help of serum free media, then cells becomes fragile, or cells become fragile. Cells are going to be fragile due to prolonged agitated cultures. Okay, and when it will be okay, when it will be fine, when it will be normal, whenever or unless and until some of the biopolymers or synthetic polymers are not being added, these are not going to become normal. But whenever the biopolymers or synthetic polymers are added, then this fragility will come to normal. Means the cells will not become fragile due to prolonged agitated culture. So this is also one of the disadvantage of serum free media. Whenever serum free media is going to be used in case of animal cell culture, so these are the various disadvantages anybody is going to face. Now another disadvantage is most of the serum free media are specific to one cell type. So different media, so there is requirement of different types of media for different types of cell cultures, or different types of cells, different types of media is going to be required. So there is more types of media is being required to culture different types of cells, because most of the media are specific to different cell types. So due to specificity, due to various types of specificities towards various types of cell types, there is more requirement of different types of media. So this is also one of the greater disadvantage of serum free media. Now another one is growth rate and maximum cell density are lower as compared to whatever the growth rate and maximum cell density which will be attained, or which are generally attained, are generally very low or lower than or as compared to the serum containing media. Okay, so the growth rate and maximum cell density are always, or most of the time, it has been observed that most of the time they are lower than that of media which contains serum or serum containing culture media. So these are the disadvantages of serum free media. So in this video tutorial I have discussed about the advantages and disadvantages of serum free media. media. So this is all. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel and share it with your friends so that they can also come to know about this topic. Okay, so thank you with this all.